Okay, welcome to Black Men Speak. I'm your co-host, J.R. Stewart.
And your co-host, Tommy Duncan.
And today we're going to continue our discussion on Black Men in Trouble. So we did
That's what it is.
Smollett last episode, and this episode we're going to devote to R. Kelly.
Yeah, Robert.
Very talented man.
Brilliant.
When it comes to lyrics and producing and composing. But I hear that he has trouble reading, or he can't read.
Really? I never heard that.
I heard he can't read, and that he was actually swindled out of a lot of his wealth because people put documents in front of him and he can't read them, so he just signs them.
Now that's amazing. So you're telling me that someone who is probably one of the most known entertainers and voices of the last 2 decades, because he is, what is his age right about now?
I'm thinking
about 50?
Late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah, good. I never would have guessed that he had issues with reading.
And he's earned over $100
Now, where did this come from?
I just heard reports of it.
Okay.
That he's earned over $100 million in record sales and royalties on the music that he's written, even stuff that he doesn't produce himself. And then his music library, was worth, he said, almost $40 million. And he signed it away. So he doesn't own the rights to all this music.
You're kidding me?
No. And on top of that, he's practically broke. He said, in fact, he was sitting in jail, couldn't post bail when he was arrested, because he said he had no money. And when he got somebody posted bail for him, got him out of jail, he was rearrested for back child support.
Yep, I heard about that. Was it $150,000?
$150,000. And he can't even get out of jail because he doesn't have that he has.
I heard it was like $50,000 or something that he offered to.
Well, I heard a report that he had about $300,000 in the bank, but the lawyers have locked that up because
froze his assets.
They want to get paid. So he needs that money to kind of help cover his defense. So I guess they offered $50,000 to the state to help. Here's something on that, and once it's over with, we'll look at. But once his trial is over with, he's going to be dead broke. And even if he beats this again, like he told Gail in the interview, who's going to want to buy his music after this? This is twice now. Now, the first time, people were kind of forgiving. You should have started walking the straight and narrow path at that point, but somehow he didn't.
But this has unfortunately been a situation that for years, decades, literally, even beginning, years ago when he was married to an underage.
What's the girl, like 15? The girl was killed in the Caribbean?
Yes.
I can't remember her name, but I can picture it. I just don't keep up with these celebrities today.
But this has been going on for decades, where of course he's allegedly had sexual relations with underage young ladies, and filmed them. He has a fetish for filming them, and unfortunately, I don't want to say it's been kept under wraps, because I believe a lot of people, especially in his market.
All the people around him, they knew what was going on.
Exactly, but unfortunately, because of his fame, because of the money he was making for, the music companies, that they just kind of kept it on a hush, and he continued to make tons of money for himself and for other people. But now that we're on the other side of this, he's broke.
I saw one interview where one of the girls...
If that is in fact the case, if he actually is broke.
I think he is broke. I think all the people around him just stole all the money, siphoned it off. One of the girls that he had fooled with, who was honest enough to tell her story, now she said that her parents were bringing her around him, allowing her to spend weekends at his house when she was 14 and 15.
The parents?
The parents. And that they knew what was going on, and they were getting paid, by his organization.
And where did he grow up, by the way?
I think Detroit. Is that where he's?
Okay. I know he's in the Midwest.
So,
but the parents allowed their daughter to be abused.
A lot of these girls who he was involved with at an early age, their parents were getting paid by his handlers. They knew what was going on. No sane person is going to bring their child, teenage daughter, to a grown man's house.
Aaliyah, that was her name. Aaliyah.
Yeah.
There you go.
And to spend the weekend, spend time with him. I don't care if he can help advance your career, help you get into the music industry. It was one thing to say, coach him for a couple of hours or visit while I'm there with you. this whole other thing when I'm dropping you off and you spend the weekend and I'm pretending I don't know what's going on.
So basically, they're pimping their daughter.
Oh yeah, a lot of those girls were being pimped. And then when the money ran out, notice that when he got broke and was out of money and couldn't pay folks, that's when the documentary came out. That's when folks started speaking up because they didn't have a compelling reason to stay quiet anymore. Now they want to sell their story. So I think not only should he be on trial, some of these parents should be on trial.
I mean, there's child abuse, child neglect, abandonment. I mean, for you to be knowingly putting your child in harm's way for money, absolutely.
Now, the interview that he gave with Gail, I thought was interesting when she was asking him about, are you guilty? Did you do these things? And his answer was, I beat this case once before. Not, I'm innocent, that these charges come from, I don't know where, and I don't know why they're charging me with this. I've never been involved with young girls who are, I think he said something to the fact that one, they were legal, and two, I beat this once before. That doesn't say that you're innocent. That just means you had a good legal team. I don't know, he didn't have Johnny Cochran, but he had a Johnny Cochran-like legal team that could go into court and get a black man off when he's clearly guilty. Because I think they had video evidence back then when they charged him.
And I think they've seen, I mean, some of these videos are pretty gruesome. For anyone who has a child, just sick some of the things that were on some of these videos. But it is devastating.
I never saw any of the videos, the current ones or the old ones. But I hear in some of these videos you're involved in your urination, or what they call a golden shower.
Absolutely.
That's just sick all the way around. I mean, who wants to be around someone and urination is involved? That's not exactly like spring water.
But I think the unfortunate thing about this, Jimmy, even with all of this stuff going on, I think that people who were close to him, his handlers, the music company, some of his fans, I mean, you, in a lot of cases, turn the other way or look sideways, when a person has a lot of fame, a lot of money. I guess I would say the cult of fame and fortune. And, these children who have been abused, these children who have been neglected, for decades upon decades, who are going to have to suffer emotionally for the rest of their lives as a result, of this. And I think that's the big story. I understand that it is about R. Kelly because he's famous, and unfortunately you try to protect the name and the reputation of these young ladies. And of course the families that are assaulted, so you don't want them being exposed. But at the same time, the big story is this is maybe because R. Kelly being who he is, big story and big news, but you have this happening every day. Doesn't hit the paper. No. We never find out about it. And I guess in a strange way, the good thing is that it's getting more exposure. When you look at neglect and you look at abuse of children, one thing, it's just that it's very unfortunate that it isn't news because it's our children who are trying this.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. And like I said, the sad thing for me is that a lot of these parents were involved in this and knew what was going on, and didn't do anything to stop it because the money was flowing. So I saw another interview. It was two of the girls who were in the documentary. They had a lawyer with them. Now this is funny and not funny at the same time. The lawyer held up a picture what he claimed was the two girls with R. Kelly. But it wasn't R. Kelly that they were hugged up with. It was LL Cool J.
Okay.
So back in the day. So he may not have been the only one. I mean, these girls may have been part of some groupie crowd. And so he may have introduced them to other people that he knew who were celebrities in the industry. So he may not have been the only one that they've been involved with.
Yeah, well, I definitely don't want to hear that. I mean, again, at the end of the day, wrong is wrong. And because, whether you are in music, whether you're in athletics or some other high-profile profession, there is never an excuse for, turning your eyes at the abuse of our children. But at the end of the day, this is something that needs to be addressed. It's a very taboo issue in our country. It's a very taboo issue in our community. It's unacceptable.
Well, it's taboo because we don't like talking about it, but we should talk about it.
Exactly.
I mean, there's no reason we shouldn't talk about this.
Well, a lot of folks don't want to deal with the shame associated, with their child or their family being associated with it. A lot of folks, in the case, a lot of R. Kelly fans or a lot of music fans in general, they will attack these folks because they're attacking someone that they follow or that they support. And at the end of the day, and sometimes, unfortunately, it's dangerous for these children and or their families to speak out. Because when you speak up against some of these high-profile people, there are people who, without any knowledge or understanding of what's going on, will come out and attack you and or victimize you.
Unfortunately, you're right. That is true. And that's sad.
And so that's another narrative that people really don't take into consideration, that there are some rabid dog fanatics of some of these folks that, it doesn't matter what someone does. If you tell them I didn't do it, they're going to believe it and they're going to attack anyone who is trying to bring down.
But we even protect guilty people. I mean, it's not necessarily that we believe that they're innocent.
Right.
It's this whole culture of not wanting to be a snitch.
Cult of fame.
True. So, when they say the snitches end up in ditches. So with that mindset, and no one wants to be a snitch, but I'm sorry, when there are times when you have to speak up to right or wrong. When you're going off course this badly, this is not something you can just keep quiet and let continue to go on. Sometimes you have to bring some light to it, and people speaking up is the only way to bring that attention to it. Otherwise, everybody keeps quiet, this continues to go on.
True.
If R. Kelly had money, if he still had money, this would be a story right now.
So at the end of the day, what you're saying is the only reason that this man is in court, the only reason that this man is in a position that he's in is because his money's run out. His money's run out.
He can't pay people off anymore. The lawyers and the handlers and the publicists are not there to hand envelopes out. He signed over everything.
Well, that didn't work for Bill. Bill still had plenty of money.
Bill had money, and it almost worked for Bill. What got Bill in trouble was the DA decided to unseal the sealed agreement. So they knew the statute of limitation was running out, and so they got the most recent case that they could still make a claim about that he has settled, and was able to get that settlement unsealed. And then in his testimony, of course, at the deposition, he admitted to drugging women and having sex with them. So that really ultimately what brought Bill down. Otherwise, he had paid the woman off. She was being quiet. She didn't really speak up until the DA decided to make a case out of it and compel her to testify. Otherwise, Bill would still be doping women and drugging them and sleeping with them.
Well, I doubt it. Not at this age. This stuff is not at this age. He's what, knocking on 80?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
But I hear he's doing well in jail.
Is anybody doing well in jail? Come on, in jail?
He says he's
in prison. I'm sorry.
He says he's doing well. He's gotten involved in some teaching and mentoring. That he's going to do his time. He's not going to cause any problems, and he's going to come out. He only has about 3 years. He's only going to serve about maybe 3 years at most. It's already been about a year. I don't think he has more than maybe a year and a half, 2 years left. So,
all right, we won't get off too track because we were talking about R. Kelly here. But at the end of the day, obviously, we're at the very beginning of this story with R. Kelly, as well. And so there's, I'm pretty sure, going to be a long storyline. And of course, the media is going to drag as much out of this as they possibly can because it does sell paper and it does make money. So I'm sure this will be dragged out for quite a while. So there's still a lot left to go.
Here's the big question. Are you going to contribute to the GoFundMe page to help his legal defense?
No. Sorry.
I thought you were a fan. Are you not a fan?
No, I've never been a big fan of R. Kelly. Never. I've never been a fan of R. Kelly. Never.
Okay. I know you like a fly. His song, I believe.
Look, I've never been an R. Kelly fan. Even besides all of this.
You know what? The man sold $100 million in music. That was his role. That was his cut of it. So
everybody has.
Nobody's going to claim to be a fan now.
No, I never was a fan. I mean, for instance, I've never been a fan of Liberace's. I've just never been a fan.
I understand not being a fan of Liberace now. But now, you know, I'm gonna ask some people, and everybody's gonna tell me the same thing. Well, I've never been a big fan of R. Kelly, but he made all the money.
I've never bought any of his music. I've never bought any of his music. Never. I've never bought any of his music.
Downloading MP3s?
Not
you can tell us that.
I'm serious.
We're all family here.
You can look at my phone. I've never downloaded, even back in the day when it was just albums. I never bought any of his music. I just never was a big R. Kelly fan.
I have one.
I mean, I respect his brilliance, his musical brilliance, but I've never been a big fan.
I have one. I Believe I Can Fly. I did download that.
I wasn't that crazy about that song, even though, again, the intent and the message behind it, yes, but I've just never been a big fan.
Exactly. But I don't listen to it now because I stopped listening to it when he got in trouble the first time.
Well,
so.
you know, you bought it, man.
I did. I paid $1 for it, from Apple iTunes. So you know, I'm pretty sure he got maybe 6 cents off that sale. So, but once again, I hate to see anyone go to jail, but I do think this may be something that would help him. I don't think he's ever been convicted of anything before, so he may be a first-time offender also. I mean, he is convicted. So I hope that the sentence for him is not prison, but to go get help.
Well, we will certainly see. Maybe there is, again, something good that may come out of this.
And then, but now if he does have to go to jail, maybe him and Jesse can share a cell. What do you think?
I don't know.
No?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Well, I mean, they're both singers. They're both in the music industry.
You're right.
That would only make sense to put two black celebrity males or singers.
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay, it may not. Okay. Well, do we have anything else to cover, Mr. Kelly?
Not today, but I'm pretty sure that there will be future episodes because, again, we're a long ways off on this storyline. So there will definitely be future episodes to kind of keep folks up to date or, you know, at least get our perspective and our opinions on what's happening.
So let me ask you the same thing with Jesse. Does R. Kelly just go ahead and apologize, ask for forgiveness?
I don't think R. Kelly's gonna do it.
Or is he?
He's not gonna
try to say I'm innocent also.
No, he's gonna go to the grave claiming innocence. Now he is one of those people that I do not see him turning ship on his plea. No, not at all. You know, I would say it would probably Smollett would probably go before R. Kelly.
I was surprised that he was actually defiant in his first trial and actually won with the evidence they had against him. But I don't think he should roll the dice a second time. I would listen to R. Kelly. They got OJ eventually. Now they're coming for you now, so trust me. Don't roll the dice on this, man. Go ahead and see if you can plead this out and cop a deal right now, and to reduce your time and start cooperating. So,
yeah, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, again, unfortunately, there are a lot of bad narratives when it, you know, comes to what happened to him growing up, being assaulted, you know, by his sister. You know, just his whole home environment. That is no excuse for what has happened. But there are a lot of layers when you peel back the onion on this that I believe that parents and families can learn from this in terms of raising your children, protecting your children, and prioritizing what's in the best interest of your children, not just particularly yourself, because, you know, when you bring somebody into the world, the game changes.
Well, whatever was done to him, he should have wanted to have it stop with him. Now you start victimizing other kids. Now you're perpetuating what happened to you, so there's no excuse. But it's even now you've made it worse because you've done this to other kids who are now going to go through what you were going through. Yeah,
but on the other hand, when you become rich and powerful and famous, unfortunately, that begins to kind of put you in a position where you feel that you are above the law and above, you know, prosecution, and you know that lesson has to be learned by plenty of people.
Well, like I said, we saw what happened to OJ. So
absolutely,
take your victory that you had the first time, celebrate it, but don't keep rolling that dice, man. Eventually, they're going to put you in prison. So anyway, how much time do we have left?
We're about out. Yeah.
Okay. Then in that case, I want to thank everyone for subscribing to our channel and watching our videos. And please subscribe to the subscribe button.
Absolutely. And
then when you hit the subscribe button, if you see the little notification bell, please click on that so you can be notified when we upload new shows.
Thank you very much, folks, and stay tuned. More coming soon.
Yes, thank you very much.